attention from my dad, so we got it tomorrow. We're here to celebrate Mom and the incredible life that she led and impacted every person in this room. Obviously, it's a funeral service, so it's going to be sad at times, but be comfortable, and if you think something's funny, laugh. Just be yourself, because that's what Mom would want. And if there's one person that laughed at the most inappropriate times, it was Mom for sure. Whether Mom is your sister, a friend, best friend, or second mother, an aunt, or someone who inspired you, your presence and support really means the world to our family. If you haven't had a chance, there's a guest book that we're going to keep as a keepsake. Please sign that. I've never done this before, so we're kind of making up the rules. So the plan is Linda's going to come and do a prayer, and then I'm going to say some stuff about Mom, and then I'm going to open it up to the floor for a period of time. So if you muster up some confidence and want to say a nice story or something, or a memory or something Mom taught you, we'd love to hear it. Our family would really love to hear that. And then I'll cut it off, and my dad, Frank Stoller, will deliver the closing argument. At the very end, make a short tribute DVD that we'll watch, and then there's going to be a reception afterwards, and we just want the stories to keep going and all the beautiful memories that we have of Mom. So, Linda, if you wouldn't mind coming up, she's going to do a prayer for us. It's one of Mom's best friends. Mom had a lot of best friends, so don't feel bad if you thought you were Mom's best friend. But it's one of Mom's best friends.
This is a pretty emotional time. So let's all pray together. Eternal rest. Eternal rest, friend. That's better. Eternal rest, friend. Eternal rest, friend unto Hilda, O Lord, and let perpetual light shine upon Hilda. May the souls of the faithful departed, through the mercy of God, rest in peace. Amen. God our Father, your power brings us to birth, your providence guides our lives, and your command we return to the dust. Lord, those who die still live in your presence. Their lives change, but do not end. I pray and hope for family, friends, and relatives, and for all the dead known to you alone. In company with Christ, who lived and now lives, may they rejoice in your kingdom, where all our tears are wiped away. Unite us together in one family, to sing your praise forever. Amen.
So, Mom grew up as a migrant worker. She would travel from city to city, picking whatever crop was in season at whichever location. Her and her family settled in Dayton, where she was successfully able to graduate Dayton High School despite discrimination and adversity. She went on to get her bachelor's degree in nursing, master's in nursing, and a law degree. She was recognized in textbooks as a pioneer, received a number of awards, both academic and career accomplishments, and was appointed to boards. Others sought her for counseling, not to mention she was a tremendous friend to those around her. And a lot of you, I'm sure, knew this woman. But for me, it's taken most of my adult life to realize all of her accomplishments, because growing up with her, she was just Mom. And Mom in every sense of the word. She loved my brother and I more than anything in the world. The true meaning of unconditional. We could lie, fight, break things, not clean up, and maybe have an occasional run-in with law enforcement. It's not to say that we didn't get in trouble, because we definitely did. But there was never a time where Marco and I wondered if we were loved. Even to the point where it was annoying. I remember a story that Mom would say, because Mom all the time would always say, "Sweetie pie, I love you. Sweetie pie, I love you." Over and over. And I was 5 years old. Finally, she said it, and I looked at her and I said, "Mom, You tell me that 100 times. And I marched off. But with that love came an incredible sense of security and confidence. It's hard to explain, but we could literally take a chance at something, fail miserably, and it would be okay because we still had that. Because of that, I've been able to take risks, like start a business with no money, marry the woman of my dreams, and start a family. She instilled acceptance with us. Everyone is a result of their experiences and the hand that they were dealt. I remember being a kid and telling her that I didn't like something about another kid at daycare or school. She would proceed with the lecture on how everyone is different, and just because they're not like you doesn't make them bad or wrong. It definitely doesn't make them someone I shouldn't associate with. So of course I always ended up hanging out and being friends with kids that were really socially weird because they didn't have other friends, and I remember one kid like drooled all over me and stuff like that. Along with that, Mom always saw the best in people. She would literally find something nice to say about any person or anything, anytime. She would also give anyone an opportunity, especially if they were down on their luck. A really good example would be my past uncle, Bobby and Felix. They struggle with employment, and of course, if you struggle with employment, you're a couple Mexican guys. What do? You start a stereotypical landscaping company, and Bobby and Felix had G&G Landscape, Galaviz and Galaviz. And of course they needed work, so Mom of course hired them. And I'm pretty sure that their clientele database consisted of Mom and then Wella, because they stayed at Wella's house, so they worked there too. And I remember Mom coming home and telling me how great they did and how hard workers they were and all the things that they had done. And I was there all day, so they work hard, you know. But I remember going and checking on Bobby and Felix, and they were playing super loud Mexican music and oldies, and singing and dancing, and then drinking 22s and Mickey's. So I went back and I was like, "Hey Mom, I think Felix is drunk." But she still proceeded to defend them and tell us how great landscaping that they had done. And that really taught me to find the best in people. And I've learned to genuinely appreciate life and those around me. Mom taught me how important it was to support those close to me by thoroughly supporting every activity. And I'll use basketball as my example, because I wasn't good at it. I was cut as a freshman, and at the time it was the worst day of my life because you lack perspective as a dumb idiot at high school, right? But she just brushed it off, and she would talk about, "Oh, next year you'll definitely make it. Just keep trying and keep practicing your shots and keep practicing hustling," which you don't practice hustling, that's just something you do. But Mom didn't know basketball. And she just did anything she could to support it. So she encouraged me to try it my sophomore year, because I didn't want to. But I was afraid of being cut again, but the worst thing that could happen was I was cut again. And after I made the team, she was very, very happy for me. And she would take me to practice every day, pick me up and drop me off. And we'll keep it real, I'm a 5'6" Mexican kid that can't jump, so I didn't play a lot. But she still went to every single game, home or away. And not only that, she would go to watch me sit on the bench, and then she would bring a cooler full of juice boxes and sports drinks for the entire team. And then she constantly cheered us on, yelling at inadvertent times because she had no idea what was going on. But she was always cheering. And when there was an opportunity to host a team dinner, she would take it on, making the most incredible from-scratch food and the most welcoming and loving household. Not only that, then she would proceed to make plates for the teammates' family members. She's like, "Oh, they like my cooking, they like my cooking." So she would give it to all my teammates to give to their brothers and sisters. Mom always came from abundance. If she had something to give, she would. And it didn't matter if she needed it. Others were more important. People and relationships were what she valued, along with that, she was always first to forgive and forget. So trust me on the other side. If you ever felt that you may have harmed or hurt her feelings, I can promise you that you've been forgiven by her. And I can tell you she didn't wait until November 8, 2014 to forgive you. Because the second she found out, she was already making up excuses for you as to why you might have done that, and then proceeding on how much she still loves you. To wrap up my perspective, there's so many things that we can take from Mom's life and pass on to our loved ones. Remember to love those around you with everything you have. It's okay to make yourself vulnerable and show others more love than they're able to show you. Accept everyone for who they are. Understand that character flaws may just be differences, and always give them an opportunity. Forgive, forget, move on quickly. Life is too short. And finally, don't ever let yourself or others tell you you're not capable of doing something. Mom overcame incredible amounts of adversity and constantly fought for those who didn't have a voice. If there was ever a question as to whether or not you would succeed, she would say, "Of course you will. You're perfect." And now I will grab a microphone. Thank you. So if anyone has a story they want to share before I give it to my dad, I would love to hear from you.
One thing I remember about Mom is her embarrassing stories. Anytime I bring a girl home for her to meet, she would tell them the most embarrassing stories, and then I would look at her and I would get mad, and she would say, "Mom." She would say, "What, honey? It's natural." And then she'd go off. So the next story, I remember when my dad had coached our basketball team, and he was sick, and well, my dad was a friend basically, and we hadn't even won a game yet. And she came in there in practice, and she just uplifted everybody with her vibrant personality, complimenting people, and we beat the best team of the world. And she didn't know anything about basketball. I always remember her love for animals. She had ducks named Sweet Pea and Sweet Pie, and a riding infant named Merle. I always remember her care for people. She used to invite homeless people over and cook for them. I always remember the values that she instilled in me. Every time I was wrong about something or to be negative towards somebody, she would always stick up for them and say, "No, honey, you shouldn't act that way." So, other than that, I love you, Mom.
That one up a little bit, you great.
Hilda and I passed the bar the same year, and sort of, I remember when I first started to get to know her. I was the prosecutor, she was the defense attorney, and her client, she turned and talked to her client, and she told me that I didn't have a correct understanding of the facts of the case, and so I asked her, "Well, what is your client's version of what happened?" So she turned and spoke to her client in Spanish, and I heard her client answer her in Spanish. And then at the time I was fluent in Spanish. She didn't know that. She would put in the best spin she could on what that client had said to her, and she answered to me in English. And then I turned and responded to her in Spanish. Said, "You forgot a few things that he told you." And she was shocked, and then she busted out laughing. And she never, we always laughed about that. And she never forgot that. And after that, every time her clients would come around me when I was the prosecutor, she would say, "Don't talk to her, don't talk to her. Don't speak." I'll miss her.
So I don't just have one thing to say. As Francisca said, she was the most non-judgmental person I've ever known. She didn't judge anybody. It didn't matter what they did. Even if they were wrong, they were not wrong. They were just not wrong. They were never wrong. And the one thing was, sweetie pies, sweetie pies. And even the time when, this one was funny, when I took her down the Tualatin River and I was trying to teach her how to kayak. Meanwhile, the oar is going all, and like, we can't go anywhere without an oar. And all she did was laugh through the whole thing, and she wanted to do it again.
My name is Eva. I'm in Hilda's niece. When I was young, I wrote an essay on the person that I admire most. She was beautiful on the outside, but most important on the inside. I wanted to be just like her. She was a nurse at the time in a clinic in Woodford. They did the same life. When I was younger, I had this severe burn on my arm, and she came over every night, and she patched it up for me and put a cold cream on it to make it feel better. And at the time, I was an avid tetherball player, for anyone knows back in the sixth grade. And she convinced me that if you make that bubble pop on that burn, it's going to scar. If it scars, it's going to stay amputate that arm. A year after that, I was definitely afraid of Frank. She taught me how to sew, how to make my very first ruffled baby suit. I don't know who makes those. How to make an Easter dress. So Sinead and I believe it was Tanya at the time, we all made matching Easter dresses. And you know, then they've always been skinny minis. I was never skinny mini. Somehow she convinced me that horizontal stripes make me look skinnier. She got us interested in jazzercise. That was a whole other story about some leotards and tights. And she enrolled Sinead and I in gymnastics class. At the time, I was 13, Sinead was 14. And the class she enrolled us in, they were 3 to 5-year-olds. So at the end, we had to do a recital. We all got to dress up again in line suits that she helped us make. And we had really nice suits. But it was us at the end trying to do little splits with all those little 3 to 5-year-olds. My legs never did get splits. She introduced me to my love for cooking and baking. And she was always telling me, you know, the importance of following a good recipe, but at the same time, don't be afraid to try something new. Don't be afraid to, you know, throw something in there that you might like. So this year for Thanksgiving, I've been again, I'm going to make my oyster stuffing, which I got from her. But never bake a cake in a hot pot. That doesn't work. She gave me my first job, babysitting, taking care of Marco Francisco. And it was at Willamette University when she was studying, and I was there taking care of Marco when she was so pregnant with us at the time. And she also gave me my first job in office, working at her face law firm, being a secretary, learning computers, learning everything that I needed to have my job now. So basically, I just wanted to say thank you for all of the skills and the lessons that you taught me. She's a good person, a friend, and a mother. I will miss you. And Missy called me Shin. And she called me Shin because Marco was little. He could never say cousin. He must have cousin in terms of Shin. You were a wonderful little mother. She was amazing.
Hi, I'm Mike Etzel. Within the solar family, I go by Mookie. I'm a model example of building on Fran and Marco's words. It's socially weird, I think. And Hilda really embraced that. I wish I would have known her more in high school. Actually, I think I would have done a lot better. 2008, summer of 05, right after high school. Fran took me under his wings, kind of, I would say. Dinners at Hilda's house, I would kind of call the ship of those wings on Main Street. She cooked these beautiful, soulful meals and exposed me to a sauce she later named Mookie sauce. Actually, the way you make this stuff, it burns your lungs. You toast these chili peppers, but I Yeah, time went on. 2010 was a tough year for me. My mother passed away. And, well, 2010, let's get on to the good part. She helped me through that time. And it was April 10th, a couple days after my birthday. We had a party. And there's this girl that Fran introduced me to. I was too shy and socially awkward to ask her out, and she did it for me. I asked her out, and she got her number right in front of me. And 2014, I've kept as close as I could. She helped me build professional. She helped me feel confident in myself to build a pretty good professional career. I'm still with Lauren, and I would largely consider her he's kind of the embryo of that relationship. She named her last dog after me, like a little kid. They actually called it Mike.
Mike.
I'm gonna miss her dearly, and yeah, she's my second mother. She always will be.
My name is Fernando. I'm the nephew of Hilda, and spent a lot of my childhood summers with Hilda and Fran. She's always picking me up at the house and taking me over there. Me and Jesse was hanging out all the time. I earned a nickname growing up. It was Gawasan, which huge head or something. Which was true. I didn't realize at the time, but I said it was a lot bigger than my body. And a good example was one time when I decided to put my head through these cast iron bars that were running the stairwell at my aunt's house. It certainly got stuck, so she came by and she saved me. Put my hand out there. And she taught me a lot on not being so picky, which I grew up not wanting to eat a lot of foods and whatnot. I remember one time I had goose liver at South China Inn, and it was amazing. I would never ever tried it before if she had not shown it to me. I never went to think or anything. All those times that she took care of me at the house, I'd stay with her for weeks at a time, and never once would she ever say anything. I'd make messes and whatnot. Never once did she ever get mad at me. So she's very nonchalant until it's true. I'm gonna miss her a lot.